And we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live Chat number 46. We are going to have some fun tonight. We're going to work around the panel. We're going to see what the regulars that are on here every week are up to, and then I'm going to introduce you to our two special guests tonight. So, G23, we're going to start with you. What have you been up to?
Dealing with new state laws. Did a 8.5 hour live stream on the 13th, just listening to court hearings. Getting ready on Friday to do the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're starting back up Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll be listening to another court hearing on Major 114. So if anyone's interested, you can come hang out. I don't expect anyone to be there for 8.5 hours, but there were some hardcore dedicated people last time. I mean, we were at like 90 people the entire time.
Yeah, you had a heck of a stream there. That was crazy. But
thanks again
for
the invite.
A lot of people are glad you did it.
Oh yeah, I spent almost a week just in comments after it was over. Talking to people, answering questions that I could, and just back and forth. And I don't expect that I won't be doing that for another week after, because we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to figure out what's going on, and hope and pray that the judges get it right. So again, thanks for the invite, and Merry Christmas to everyone on the panel and on the side chat. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you. We're glad to have you. Gene, what's been going on, man?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, thanks for having me back on, Chris. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, side chat. It's getting to be popping out there. I want to welcome Angry Sarge, Spectre Solutions, Eagle Run 23, and Tactical Trash Panda to the house.
We're glad to have you, G. All right, Devin, you can we did a lot of fun stuff, didn't we, this week? So kick it off.
That was crazy. Yeah, we did some after hours range stuff. That was amazing. As you guys seen on that premiere video, more to come on that. I've been ironing out some technical issues on my next release, and creating a POI of the first class for Spectre Solutions. That's really about it. Thanks for the invite. Happy to see Angry Sarge, Trash Panda, and Eagle Run here. It's going to be a good one.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you, Devin. Eagle Run, what have you been up to?
Well, since last week when I was with you, I've perfected my 8.6 blackout brass process. I'm now making consistent brass that goes bang every time, and that has been a very long time coming. I've got 2 elementary age kids, so we've had tons of holiday stuff going on. I ran and picked up like 120 tamales this evening, and we went to an Elf, the movie Elf? We went to an Elf quote along that they had like at this Alamo Draft House, and everyone was all dressed up in costumes, and everyone's yelling out all the lyrics and all the words to the movie, and it was actually really fun because we've seen that movie 1 million times at my house, and so lots of holiday stuff. I tried to get to the range yesterday, and there's always something that needs tested, right? And so I tried to get to the range yesterday. It just didn't happen. And then it's got cold. Like we're looking at like 13 degrees over the next 48, 72 hours or so. So next week is going to be 70 and beautiful. So I'm going to go stretch out the Creed more, try to hit 850 and 1,000 yards next week. And I still got more stuff to test, more builds going on. So
Eagle Run, the main question, what kind of tamales? We have to be specific. I mean, are we talking pork tamales, beef tamales? We talking queso?
So my this place has all of them, and you buy them frozen. And We take them. It's just like I'm the one who always gets them every year. So we got, what did I get? Like 2 dozen chicken, 2 dozen pork, 2 dozen beef, 2 dozen cheese, 2 dozen bean. Like I got 120 or whatever. A carload, a box full. And then I had to make room for my freezer for them. So, yeah, my favorite though, it'd be the beef or the pork. That's the first one I'm choosing. Yeah. It's like I think it's a Texas thing. I realize not everyone does tamales during the holiday. I mean, we eat tamales all year long, but definitely during Christmas time.
Eagle Run, we're glad to have you back on.
Absolutely.
And, Merry Christmas to you too, man. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's been Devin and I had an awesome weekend. I want to thank everybody down there at the Bullet Ranch. They invited us down after they closed. They let us set cameras up all over the place. They let us have free run of that range, and so cool, all the full auto stuff we got to shoot. So
when you go there, you feel like family. It's not like your typical gun shop. You're like, oh, this run-of-the-mill guy's going to try and upsell me on something. No, you actually feel like family there. And they're really knowledgeable, too.
Yeah. But, yeah, Eagle Run, you were talking about the weather, man. And I'm like, we're supposed to get down low in the next couple days. And I'm like, man, I got so much stuff to film. And I'm taking a week off. But I guess we're just going to tough it out and get out there and do it. So,
is there snow on the ground right now there?
Not really. I mean, we got a little bit, but it's nothing we're not used to right now. So,
well, I am not toughing out 13 degrees. Not happening.
I'm okay if there's no wind. Now, when you get the wind, that's when I'm like, yeah. So
I don't have clothes for that. Like I literally do not have clothes for that. I'd have to wear like 2 hoodies or something. Like I can't do it.
I have a couple sub-zero coats that are for minus 40 degrees from when I used to live in cold weather, but I don't got to worry about that much around here.
All right. Well, before we introduce our special guest, let's rip down this side chat real quick. Let's see who all's out there. Angry Sarge is on the panel, out in the chat, and he was here first. We got Caleb F out there. Eagle Run doing double duty. Hillbilly Up is out there. We've got Gene pulling double duty. Mike McClune is with us. MC is back. Tactical Trash Panda is on the panel and out in the chat. Got Mark Thomas out there. Macman Reloading is with us. Boomstick is out there. We've got Team Anvil out there. You guys put on an awesome first live chat last night, guys. I enjoyed that. You guys did a great job.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I was there. I watched it. It was good.
Yep. Andre D'Angelo is with us. Spectre Solutions is on the panel and out in the chat. Mike White is here. Garage Guy is here. Lakeview Outdoors is with us. Ron Wayne. Andrew of the 740 is out there. We got to get Andrew back on too sometime. Misty Mrs. Wayne is with us. I don't know if I said hi to Mike McLean. I think I did, but he is out there. That bearded guy is with us. Adam J. Constantino. That is a new name for me. That must be friends of your guys. But we are glad to have you in the chat. Thanks for coming here. G23 is on the panel and in the chat. And let's see, we got to be getting close. Rich White is out there. 223 DMR is here. G-Webs is out there. Warsaw Patriot is with us. And David Walcott is here. Abigail has joined the chat. Dale Pogue is with us. And Luke B is out there. And we've got Xeon Zone. I hope I said that correctly. I met him today on Instagram. And thank you for sharing the show tonight on Instagram. We appreciate it. M. Watson is out there. KFW is here. And Sam of Anarchy is with us. So I believe we are all caught up. So I'm going to introduce you to my special guests. I met Angry Sarge and Trash Panda back during when I started building my first Polymer 80. And I had no idea what I was doing. And I think I did like everybody else. I was watching Marine Gun Builder and watching P80 Ralph. And then I started following him on Instagram. And that is how I met up with Sarge and Panda. And we've been chatting back and forth ever since. So I'm going to introduce you to Sarge first. It is an honor to have both of you on here. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you inviting us on here. I mean, we're trying to get our faces out there. If you can't tell, this beautiful mug right here, I got to get it out to the people. They need to see it. So, yeah. So me and Panda, we do a Talking Trash with Panda show. We do it bi-weekly on Fridays. So I think our next show is going to be early January for our next show. But we just had a pretty big giveaway. But I'm happy to see some of my guys popping on here. It's awesome to get that support even on someone else's platform. So, but other than that, my personal channel, I'm still working on that, trying to figure out what lane I want to go into because there's so many people that do reviews and I don't want to be a review guy. If I don't have to, I will review stuff, but I want to be more along the lines of getting people to understand purpose behind your gear, your firearms and stuff like that, coming from all my experience between combat and my time in the Army, as well as my stuff with law enforcement, being a SWAT guy and stuff like that. So it's kind of what I want to do is give back that purpose, like do that knowledge transfer that everybody's saying, all the cool kids and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Sarge, it's an honor to have you on here, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
You've been a good friend. So
thank
glad
you
to have you on here tonight. So. All right, Trash Panda. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your channel, the live stream.
Well, again, I appreciate you, Chris, for having us on. I mean, Angry Sarge already said a lot of it about the show, Tactical Trash Panda, Talking Trash with Panda. We do have it almost every other week. So because of the holidays, we're going to start back up. I think it's January 6th, the Friday of January 6th. We do it 9 p.m. Eastern. And we like to just have fellow gun tubers and also people that are in the industry, small business owners trying to pop up. So we like to interview them and let our audience know who they are so we can help network each other out and build a better bond. I started getting into firearms at an early age, and it's been a passion, lifelong passion of mine ever since. And I do my best to try to help educate new people and also troubleshoot, help them out with their builds. I'm not a gunsmith, but you know, I'm a self-taught gun guy. I love the Polymer 80 scene. Mm-hmm. As you can see, Brownell's Bureau of Propaganda field agent. So I do a lot of reviews for Brownell's gear. If you check out my page, you'll see most of it is Brownell stuff, but that's pretty much it. I mean, thanks again for having me on the live.
Yeah. Guys, you are more than welcome. G23 just threw the link out there, guys, to Sarge's channel. If you guys aren't sub, get over there and sub, and we'll get Trash Pandas out there too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to keep your eyes on Panda because something's gonna happen, and then we're not gonna be able to talk anymore. He's like, nah, man, you're down there, bro.
Nah, I would never do that to you guys.
I know,
especially with Sarge.
I just had to say it. So it's on a live somewhere. That way, if it does happen, I can be like, look, I said it.
Grab his coattail, Sarge.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jank it down.
No, we do have something special coming up in the works, but
Yes. So
it's a surprise.
I won't go into too much details, but if y'all are not following Marine Gun Builder, he kind of slyly announced something on our last live that we did on my birthday, December 16th. So something is coming in January that's going to be a game changer for the community as far as any builders or anything like that. So definitely keep up with that, because you might see this face, that face, and some other faces leading the charge of that.
You said, Sarge, that you wanted to like keep sharing knowledge and stuff like that. I think probably most of us that have YouTube channels are just probably trying to do a real similar thing, and
Yep.
YouTube just doesn't let us do what we want to do. You can't simply do the teaching that you want to teach and sharing what you want to share. And I'm not like, I don't know that any of us are coming at it from, hey, listen, this is the only way to do it. I'm the expert. Like, Marine Gun Builder can say that, and we all would be like, okay, cool, do it like this. But the rest of us are just kind of working out stuff and troubleshooting and all that kind of stuff. I wish there was a place. I mean, I've got a Rumble. I'm sure you guys have a Rumble. There's just no eyeballs over there. I mean, my best video over there's got like 26 views or something, and I post every single thing that goes to YouTube goes there too.
Right.
It just, I wish YouTube would let us do what we want to do. But
I will say this: keep an eye on what we're doing, because I think we're going to be leading a charge that could turn into something very big, and it could change the way for people like us that are just trying to get that knowledge out to the people that need it.
Yeah. And I think Twitter has announced that there's going to be a Twitter video at some point too that could be good. It would have monetization and probably have more eyeballs than Rumble. So
IG as well. IG, I've heard of them talking about doing long form content on there as well in the coming future. So
the only thing it worries you about the Instagram side is the throttling. They're bad with the throttling over there. Like,
and it's Facebook ultimately.
Yeah, like when I was tagging you guys when I put the link to the show up, like I had to type Tactical Trash Panda's name all the way in, and then it's
like
clear
you
at
don't
the very
exist.
bottom of the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
because his is a little bit different. There's so many Tactical Trash Pandas that you have to put the underscores in between.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then it'll cycle up.
But they do that on a lot. Like if I'm putting up if I'm out taking some pictures for doing some stuff like for Strike Industries, you got to type the whole name in, or it won't even show up in the so they throttle the gun channels over there. I've said it time and time again. Some people say no, they don't, but
they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris,
they shadow ban you. That's a sign of them trying to shadow ban you right there, is when you have to type out the whole name just for it to pop up.
Exactly. Every time I try and find Chris, I have to type in his whole name.
They want to suppress us. They don't want the type of things that we're into getting out in public for people to enjoy.
Well, and besides that, like it's knowledge. I mean, these things that we're going to be teaching, or I will go through and I mean, knowing why do I wear a certain plate carrier? Why do I set it up this way? Like, who's going out there and saying that? They're just like, no, buy my stuff because it looks cool. Well, the average dude that's never served in the military or never been in law enforcement as far as a tactical team goes is just like, well, I seen Grand Thumb do it, so I should wear whatever he's wearing instead and waste all that money. It's like, dude, you don't have to do that. Like, all you need is someone to tell you, hey, look, this is what's most important. This is how you set up your gear, and this is why you set up your gear like that.
I want to say hi to Carbon Q and Merry Christmas. She jumped in out in the side chat. Good to see you out there. G-Webs, what do you say? He said, if you want more viewers on Rumble, then you need to do more than just post your tube vids there. But it was on Rumble. people on Rumble are still mostly there for the channels they follow. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of guys, especially the guys that are in the reloading community here with us. They will put up a video and they'll leave certain parts of it out and say, you guys, go over to Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep.
Did you watch the old school like Nut and Fancy videos? I feel like he did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of us that's been in the gun tubing scene have kind of grown up watching Nothing Fancy.
Yeah.
I feel like he was one of the
Mhm.
OG guys starting to do that
Yeah.
when YouTube was still taking off.
I like that he always had, like, there was always a reason behind stuff. And I think that's what you're getting at, Sarge. Like,
Yeah.
it's not buy this plate carrier. It's look for a plate carrier that's going to accomplish these goals. And then the pros and cons of being able to do it like this or do it like that. Like,
Right.
that's the real information, not just a product.
Right.
I think that's cool.
And that's the thing of having run like a multitude of gear in combat. Like all this stuff that I carry has been tested.
Yeah.
Like truly tested, not just, oh, I went out to the field, I rolled around in the grass and then it's good to go. My mags didn't fall out. Well, what about when you're roping in or you're doing an airborne operation or something like that? Like what's really going to work whenever you're performing these crazy tasks that you may not have to perform, but it's going to work and it may not cost you a fortune. Like I run fast mags. I get a lot of crap for running fast mags because they're not S-Tacs. I don't care. They work. They hold my magazines secure and I know they're going to run. And I've done all kinds of operations with them. So it just comes down to that. We waste a lot of money trying to innovate and be better than the next Instagram guy that's out there influencing everybody. But there's many ways to skin a cat, and it doesn't cost thousands of dollars to do it.
Trying to get caught up with the side chat out here. I think I'm finally caught up.
It's busy.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to keep an eye on it too while listening in.
Yeah, well, if anybody asks a question, I'm like, man, I don't want to miss anybody asking anybody questions. So let's go, Sam here.
Ghost tactical. Yeah, there you go. That's one way to do it, right?
I can't wait for Ghost's response to my last comment.
There's a lot of haters on YouTube. Like, if you don't do it the way they like to do it, then they're gonna be talking all types of shit on you. Like,
yeah, but who cares? I mean, that's
right.
what I'm starting to learn about doing this because I'm new to it. I'm coming from a background where I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I'm not going to sit here and show you all the things that I've done because I don't have to. There's no need for it. You either take it at face value or you don't. And then you miss out on whatever information I can give you that's going to help you. So that's the way I look at it.
There's another YouTube channel that I follow that he uses the disclaimer that he's a professional homeowner. And I use that all the time because that simply means that, like, you can do it like this, but as a professional homeowner, your results may vary.
Yep.
So I use that when I'm talking about gun stuff. Or I did a video where I was cleaning an oil spot. I had an old truck that leaked tranny fluid in my driveway, and the HOA got upset at me. And so I did a video series on it, like, where I tried literally everything. I was taking suggestions. Right. And then I finally got to what I knew would work was the muriatic acid. And I poured muriatic acid full strength out of the bottle and did not use gloves. And you would have thought that I like killed a kitty or something live. I mean, the people just came out like, and I'm like, listen, I'm a professional homeowner. Like, your results may vary. I recommend that you wear gloves.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like me.
Yeah.
We should probably fill Trash Panda and Sarge in why this is on the screen. So last week we were talking about Q, and because we were talking about 8.6 Blackout, and we were talking about how they named their guns. The one was the Honey Badger, and the other one being the Sugar Weasel.
Yeah.
What do
So
we have?
all these
Chocolate
crazy
mousse?
names started coming up, and
Yeah.
David's had some pretty good ones.
So
That's
that was
what
the corn syrup. What did he say? Corn syrup raccoon.
Yeah.
Something
I
like
like
that.
it.
That's what he's going to call his BRN.
My 8-inch little sub gun with a suppressor needs a name, so I'm going to do a full Cerakote job on it, and we're going to name it. I guess I got chocolate. Was it double chocolate mousse or something like that? And then the other one was the candy cane something or other, and then we got the corn syrup raccoon. I like those. Good job, guys.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Bodie McBoatface. Don't leave it up to the internet to decide the name of stuff.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I sent you a text. I don't know if you can forward it to your right email address so you can show it on screen. This way Team Anvil can see what I'm talking about. When you click on there to turn notifications on, it says that you can't adjust it because of this setting there made for kids. So he needs to go in and adjust that so that he can actually get his stuff sent out, and people know when they're going live streams. You're probably a 4% better chance that you're going to get notifications sent out.
I'll just text that over to him. I have his phone number. I talk to them guys all the time. So once the show's over, I'll send it over in a text. So thank you for sending that though. But yeah, it'll just be easier for me to just text it right over to Emmett. So.
Oh no. You got a
Gun
Q
Websites
has a question
there.
Yeah.
Gun Websites has a great question. In 3 years or 5 years? Wow. It's hard to tell. I mean, we plan on going big, man. Go big or go home.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at almost 100 subscribers, and I've been, live not that long as far as the channel. It's still slow growth, but to me, I'm like, oh, man, if I hit 100, I'm good, right? Get excited.
I'm still sub 700, but, I'm learning new things about how to use YouTube and utilize wording and how to set things up to where it'll push it out. So now that I'm learning all that, I'm excited to put out some more content and see how it goes from there.
I mean, what you guys are doing though with that, that live chat, and I hate it. Sometimes I can't watch you guys live because I'm over on the panel with Georgia Shooting Connection. But I always try to catch the end when I'm coming off of there, and then watch the replay. But I mean, you guys have been banging out some kick-ass shows over there. I mean, the Carbon Q show was awesome, and you guys hit it out of the park Friday night with MGB. I mean, that Marine Gun Builder chat was. I shared that in my community tab. I'm like, everybody needs to go over and watch that. I mean, not just the knowledge that he has building the Polymer 80s. He's just a highly intelligent guy, period.
Very, very. And I mean, we've got a lot of engagement too. So I mean, we've had some pretty high numbers for being a not known show and channel. Okay, yeah, sure. Pop that up on the screen while I'm talking. Just that's perfect.
A little snippet.
I know. So I mean, as far as me, 3 years, I'd like to be over 50K. That would be great, but I'm shooting for higher. Maybe I can be on the same level in 5 years as maybe my people that I look up to, GT, Haley Strategic, those kind of guys. So you never know.
We got big plans. It's just you never know with YouTube what they're going to try to throw at you.
And that's the thing is, right, we're trying to learn how all of that works, and we have a really good mentor that's showing us all that, which obviously we can come back and provide that to you guys as well. I mean, that's the whole point, is the more people that we lift up and bring YouTube into seeing that this is something, the better it's going to be for us.
Yeah.
And that's as a whole, as a collective, not just my channel or Panda's channel or Chris's channel or anybody else's channel. It's everybody as a whole.
Yeah, you definitely one thing that I love about it. I mean, it is a really awesome community to be in. I mean, I didn't know anything about live streaming. G23 up here. I mean, he's been my co-host pretty much from day one, and he's coached me along with that. It was just like going out to Wanamaker this year. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I never sat. I've interviewed people on the chat, but to go do it live. But then you got I got Ghost Tactical out there with me, Clover Tack, Gun Snob. These guys are all there to help, and it's a big deal. It's like G-Web's out there in the side chat. I mean, he helps me with stuff all the time. And if you got a question, ask him, he'll answer it. And
I know G-Web's is one of the OGs.
Big help to everybody. So it's just I just keep grinding. I'm enjoying it, and it's fun. And it's every time I turn around, it's like there's a new door opened here. Just go through it and hope for the best. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, shit, you got to at least say you tried. So
it's definitely a learning experience. Just like anything new, you're gonna have your little rough times with the growing pains, but we're going through it, and we're getting better each time.
So the other thing that's cool about the community is I've met so many cool people. I would have never met Spectre or Anvil. I would have never met those guys had it not been through you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of people that I can relate to, that I can connect with, which is cool, being a veteran and everything like that. So to me, I'm grateful for all of it. So it's not just what we had in MGB's community or P80 Ralph's community. It's the whole, getting to know you, getting to know some of the people in your channel, DLD After Dark and his people, just all these different people from all these different backgrounds. It's been awesome.
It's I love this community. It's especially everybody out in the side chat tonight. I mean, these guys are here every week, and they they're it's awesome. It's just awesome to I do this chat more just to come hang out with all the people who watch the channel every Wednesday night. I mean, it's fun. So
it is.
It's like Warsaw out there. I mean, he helped me do all the upgrades to my AK, and texting me, calling me on the phone, sending me emails, sending me parts lists, and that was awesome because I didn't really know much about AK. So it was cool to have him out there helping me with that. So, but let's see, Warsaw. Yep.
So I threw a link out there to it says Clover Tack, but it says it's his GunTuber Academy channel. So that kind of helps you with understanding the YouTube universe. Kind of, it helps you understand what's going on and what you can do to help make your channel better. Kind of some more of the techie side of stuff.
Right.
So I would definitely, if you guys have a channel, thinking about getting a channel, go subscribe to there. Also, if you have questions, he's a good guy to reach out to because he can tend to help you out with things that you may not, know how to tread water with.
Carolina EDC is out there. He's been cranking out some good content this week. Oh, shoot. Rob's out there. Hi, Rob. Good to see you. Your Outcast. Everybody on the panel has got some sort of thing with Polymer 80, except for Devin there in the middle.
All I have is nods.
There you
I
go.
thought I had a
That's all
thing
you
I
need.
thought
and
we'd
Skittles.
talk about, like why we got into them. What made us want to build our first Polymer 80? And I'll start out. Mine was I've always been a big fan of Strike Industry parts. I've got, I think about every gun I have has got at least one part on it from Strike Industries. But when I saw that Strike 80 frame, I was like,
yeah,
I gotta have that. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing building one of these, but I'm gonna build one because I want a gun built around that frame.
Yep.
And I wanted that gray, and I was able to get one. And I was glad I bought it when I did, because it kind of just disappeared after that. They were gone.
Yeah.
But that was what fueled me to build one. Was I just wanted to build something around that frame because I liked it so much. So, G, we'll just go move on to you. What made you want to build your first one?
Because I
Did you
wanted
say
it.
You.
Did you
Yeah,
say
you,
me?
G.
You said G or G?
I know. I was like, which one is it? G or G? I'm gonna stay quiet.
No, I was saying you, G. What was, or you want to just stay quiet?
He knows nothing.
Yeah, I know absolutely nothing.
He's
All
on the same
right.
boat as me. He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
All right, Gene. What about you?
Because I could.
Oh, I
That's
know, but I mean, like, what was the appeal of it, though? Like,
Just I'm crafty.
Right.
I like doing crafts. I like carving on things with Dremel tools. I like sanding. I like making acrylic bullet jewelry, which I'll be selling on eBay here shortly.
Right.
And if it goes well, maybe get an Etsy store with it. You know, I'm just crafting. I knew I could do it. I had confidence in it. Picked out all my parts, and then I had one of the first frames they introduced, which was god ugly.
The Spectre. Oh gosh.
It's
Sorry. No offense.
It's
Oh,
just,
no. New and improved.
Yes.
yeah. I like the 80% arms stuff. I really like their stuff. I've got one of those, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. GST9 is I got my first one not that long ago from one of the people who watches my content. He sent me one just out of the blue, was like, happy birthday, here you go. I was like, okay.
Nice.
yeah, I just like the fact that you got this clean slate and you can do whatever you want with it. Now, you might end up putting a lot of parts in there that aren't going to work well together, but yeah, I went crazy with mine. It was fun. I've thought about maybe just sitting down doing another one again. I really do enjoy building them. They're a lot of fun.
They are.
Sarge, what made you what was your first one? What made you want to build one? I mean, I know we all say, well, it's you know.
No, I mean, I have a whole story. It's kind of like, I don't know. So my situation was I was hurt on deployment 2018. I was back stationed at Fort Hood going through the Wounded Warrior program, or the WTU, Warrior Transition Unit. And while I was going through that, I kind of went from being this high-speed dude that did a lot of stuff to now my hips don't work and other things got jacked up on that deployment, and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, well, what do I do while I'm going through this whole medical process? When they finally sent me back home, I ran into, I was looking up YouTube and MGB popped up. And I was like, what is this? So I watched the videos. And I was like, okay, I want to know more about this. So I joined his community, and I kind of creeped around and looked at what everybody was doing. I was like, oh, they're building this? Why am I not doing that? And that's what kind of gave me a new purpose, as some people would say. I mean, I kind of lost it when I got hurt, And I was like, okay, my career is going to be over soon. I'm going to medically retire because I can't run anymore like I used to. I can't, do all the things that I used to be able to do because I blew out my hip and completely destroyed that during a fall. And I didn't know what to do. So that's pretty much what got me started. And I've built several strikes. I've got every frame that is an 80%. Lone Wolf, GST, all the Polymer 80s, including the CL, all that. So I went full tilt.
What's your favorite out of all those frames?
Um,
And why?
I would say the Strike because of the ergonomics. And
does it feel more comfortable?
So it kind of is, but with the right mods, like I also stipple and stuff like that. So I'll do an enhanced finger groove and stuff like that so I can get up higher on the gun. So I like the fact that on the Polymer 80s, you do have that wiggle room to kind of play with them and get them set up the way you want them versus a Glock where, yeah, it's easier to get in there and make an enhanced finger groove, and it cuts and it burns really good, so it stipples really well. But the challenge to me was, how do I make this just as good as a Glock frame, except it has a better grip angle and all that stuff. So, but yeah, Strike 80, definitely very ergonomic. The only thing I don't like about it is the wall between the trigger housing and the magazine well is really thin. And they will crack and they'll break. So you got to be careful kind of messing around that area.
How many times did that happen to you?
It hasn't. But it's happened to other people.
Nice.
So I pay attention to all that. Yeah, you learn from everybody. And that's my biggest thing. My takeaway from even my Army career was, even though I was a non-commissioned officer, I mean, I could still learn something from brand new private that just came in, because he might see something that I don't see and give me a better way of doing things. So that's why I pay attention and I listen to everybody. I'm always a student. So.
I always use the quote, "I'm an apprentice of life."
Yeah. Yeah.
Good way to put it.
That's on my YouTube about section. That says I put it in there. I'm an apprentice of life. Yeah. I love learning everything from everybody, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Yep. Even if you've done it before.
Yeah, life is a process.
Yep.
I've been doing my gig for 42 years, and I could walk into another business and sit and watch them and talk to them and walk out with something.
Right.
That's just be humble, be receptive.
Always have that student mentality. Like Sarge said, you could always learn something new from anybody.
Yeah. Well, even a class that you've taken, like classes that I have taken through, one instructor versus the other. It could be even the same curriculum, but there's always something that you can pull and take away from that if you just, close your mouth and listen, So
100%.
Do it their way.
Yeah.
Try it their way.
Yep.
Trash Panda, what made you want to get into the Polymer 80s?
Man, I've always loved firearms. I've taken them apart, put them together, and I already owned a few Glocks prior to that. And I was like, man, I really want to get a new Glock, but I don't want to purchase OEM, gut it out, then put aftermarket parts in it, and then spend double the price just to get what I want, then have extra parts laying around. So I was like, man, I've always been handy with my, I love working with my hands. So power tools and everything else is like second nature to me. I was like, I'm going to get this frame, drill it out, and actually purchase the parts that I want to put in there individually, one by one, and I could actually take my time doing it. And the aftermath, I mean, once I did the first one, I was like, I took my time, first time quality, and that thing runs flawlessly. I've taken it to classes. People have been surprised with it, like in a positive way. So knowing that you can do it, finding out first that it's completely legal to do it, and it's like, wow, okay, now we have this. This is a completely new way of doing things. Also, the state that I was living in at the time, required you to get you had to take a class, wait almost damn near 30 days to get your license just to even be able to purchase a firearm. Then you would have to do a 7-day waiting period just to even pick your firearm up from the FFL.
Yeah.
I look at it as like just the money scheme on their end. It's like, it's not about safety. You're putting more people in danger by doing that. But I was like, you know what? This is freedom. We gotta support it. If we let the government continue taking our rights and freedoms away one by one, we're not going to be able to have any more after that. So I built that first frame out, and then I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Now I want to build some more out.
Ghost tactical.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Never had it built to me.
Before we get to Eagle Run, before we ask him the same question, I think I think it's a good idea. I think people would enjoy the fact that not everybody, I mean, all of us have completely stripped a firearm down and cleaned it, but there are people out there that they don't go that far with it. They take the slide off, take the barrel out, take the spring out, clean it.
Well, that's basic maintenance. They're not in tune of why you want to strip it down every now and then to check springs and things like that, because that's not their mentality. Their mentality is, okay, I own a firearm. I know it needs to be clean, and I'm just going to go the basic level, just like you're taught in the military. You can't strip it down too far.
Right.
So,
so it's kind of it's a neat thing to learn too, because you are literally, you're putting every single part in that gun, and it's a cool thing to learn. I really enjoyed them, and I think people that have thought about it, but then they're like, well, I don't want to do it. I think if they tried it, they'd love it. Even if you are a Glock hater like Rob out there, I think Rob would even enjoy building one.
Yeah.
He claims to be a Glock hater, but secretly he's got like 2 or 3, and he shoots for Team Glock. I'm just saying.
Did they have P80s, 45s, or 1911s, or even a 2011? I think. Or was I just seeing stuff?
Yeah, they have 1911, 2011 P80s, or they used to.
Well, they're not polymer.
No,
yeah.
They're just 80%
80s
frames. Yeah.
Oh, you'd actually need a machine.
You can build a 2011 off of eBay.
Really?
Yes, you can order all the parts individually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, never knew that.
Chico Wise is out there in the side chat. I want to say hi to Chico. Good to see you. I wanted to address this. I have an Aegis gun care kit right here behind me. I haven't even opened it up. I need to get that thing out, do a little review on the channel. I've heard nothing but great things. I just have not had time to get it out yet, but I need to. And I'm going to do that while I'm on break here. So,
hey, thank you, Adam. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas, man.
Eagle Run, I am going to let you answer that same question. Well, G already did it for me, but I don't even have the wheel fired yet. So I'm going to let you answer that question, and I'm going to go over another window and do that real quick.
So for me, I built my first AR in like 2007 or 8, whenever there was a big crunch on, who was going to be president and all that stuff. And I wanted an AR. I was in my 20s. I was poor. I didn't want to spend the money. And so I just decided I was going to build one. And I have a family member who's an FFL. So like it's not a big deal to order something and have it sent to him and then go pick it up. It was never about the FFL part for me or filling out the form. When I built that first AR, I was like, holy cow, I know every single thing about this gun. Yeah. And if it goes wrong, that intimacy never goes away. Like if there's something, I know the feeling, if it does this and it does this, I know what's wrong with it. And that really fired me up. And then I was on an AR-15 building spree. And one, they say a joke where, I got an extra spring for a trigger, I should build a whole new gun. That was me for like 10 years. And I was constantly building a new AR.
He's like, I got a detent spring, so I'm just going to build
a whole new gun.
AR.
Yeah. I mean, and now it's real bad because I'm sure I could assemble a couple just out of spare parts right now. It's just whatever. But then I realized, well, I can mill it out. And like you guys are saying, like I'm hardcore DIY. Like, I mean, I do everything myself. I work on my own vehicles. And as I've gotten older and I have less time and my company's busy, I do pay people to do some stuff. Like I go to a Jiffy Lube now or whatever. I'm not changing my own oil anymore, but that DIY-ness has never left me. And I milled out my first polymer one with a Dremel, and that was a nightmare. This was an AR. And then I bought the jig. And then I realized, and I also tried the drill press. None of those are good ideas. Just get the mill. It's a way better. And then during this time, my pistol shooting stuff was all Berettas. I am a Beretta 92 fan from the get-go. If I were grabbing a gun right now, I would still grab my Beretta, even though the whole Glock thing is all around me right now because of all of the Polymer 80 and you guys mentioned all those frames. I have Lone Wolf. I've got Polymer 80s. I'm not telling you any numbers, but I have more than one of all of those. I even have a Wolf that I have not finished yet, but I've got one. I have a bunch of them done. I have a bunch of them not done. And there's just that intimacy brings you back every single time. And being a woodworker, like I'll tell you, I finish my frames with a chisel and a pocket knife. That's my first go-to thing is chisel off that with a really sharp chisel. And you don't even have to sand because it's perfect. Just chisel that dude off. Get a real sharp wood chisel. And you can slide those little tabs. It's so easy. I mean, you can do them in no time. And I always joke about, whenever they're talking about all these, criminals are showing up with the scary ghost gun. And I'm like, I'm a freaking craftsman. Okay. I'm not in my back alley with a screwdriver trying to put this thing together. Like mine are perfect. Yeah. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know that someone built it. And it's got primo this and upgraded coatings on this and, the best springs that you can get and all that stuff. Like we're not out here like building these things I don't care if it has a serial number on it or not. That's not appealing to me. I could care less. If they say we got to get I follow rules. If I got to get serial numbers, I'll put serial numbers on them. That's not me. I don't worry about that part, but I do love the freedom of having it come into my door. And I love that I can just have a good time and build them out and all the parts. And then I'll tell you the next level intimacy was when I became a reloader about 2 years ago, and I shoot a bullet that I made out of a gun that I made. Oh my gosh. I was totally hooked then. Wow. Yeah.
No, that to me makes sense. I mean, I could see where that would definitely be I did all this. Yeah. Everything,
So now here, as I sat, I can count on one hand the number of guns that I bought. And all of the rest of them are all 80s, whether it's an AR-10, AR-9s, AR-15s, all the different Glocks and stuff. And I made them all. Like they're what kind of gun is that? It's an Eagle Run gun is what it is.
Yep.
There's a special sense of pride when you build it out yourself, And you can see it in you when you're talking about it, that you're very prideful about, hey man, I built these out.
Yeah.
And that's
so you were talking about your favorite. My favorite there's nothing wrong with the P80s. They're fine. They're probably less so than the GST. For my hand, that GST with the extended mag that gets it to a 17 size, that is perfect for me. That would just be like a Glock 19X, I think. Is the X the grip or the frame or the slide? I don't remember. But
I think it's kind of funny that everybody's like, oh, it's a 19X. And I get it came out first, but like there's so many differences as far as the bottom of the grip with the 19X compared to the G45, and that's what the G45 is. So I try to tell people like more the G45 because
have
the
you
19X,
done I ordered an SCT this week. Have you heard of SCT? I ordered one this week. I don't have one. Zafari Precision has them. And by the way, if you guys are wanting to get into it, go to Zafari. Wait, can I say that? Anyway, that company, they have some crazy deals right now. Pretty cool stuff.
But yeah, those SCTs, I have 2 of them. They're awesome.
They look just like the strikes, right?
So they're very strike-ish, and I did a little thing on Instagram comparing the strike to the SCT. There are some differences because the back strap is really narrow on a strike 80, so you have to use a smaller pin versus the SCT 19. It's like the full back part of it, so you can actually stick a regular rear pin in versus the strike. And then there's a couple other little mods that they did that really turned out, like the was it the accelerators up front? Instead of it being like a 3-sided deal, they actually took it down and leveled it out, so when you put it up there, it's like a gas pedal.
The GST 9 feels amazing, and I love digging in on my thumb over there.
Yeah, so I haven't built that out, and shot it, so that's why I'm still kind of partial to the strike versus any other 80% right now. But I'm sure once I get it done, I'm going to feel the same way because just grabbing it, it's different.
Yeah.
When do you plan on doing that?
I don't know yet. I'm still kind of piecing together content and stuff like that, trying to figure out where I'm going.
Be curious of your opinion.
I'm going to build my SCT probably in the next 2 weeks or so. I've got a couple of builds ahead of it, but I'll probably do a video on the frame and I can compare it to some stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Definitely. That'd be cool.
But the SCT is worth it. I'll say that just from my experience. I know other people have bought because of me, and I mean, I'm not trying to, say, oh, well, I'm the expert at it, but just having shot a lot of different frames, especially in that kind of realm, I think that is the most thought out frame that's kind of a clone of another frame.
Mm-hmm. I was this close to buying one, and I missed it because it's sold out.
They're $49 right now.
Yeah.
I got an email from that. Yeah, from that same company. They just introduced, I guess, this week a new trigger, which was something I was going to ask you guys about. If you have a favorite drop-in trigger or what sort of trigger things are you doing? This is called like a finger.
The finger banger or something.
Finger banger trigger. Yeah. They're $100 right now. I've got one coming to me. I ordered it tonight.
So I think it depends. Like I'm trying out a tactical pontoon trigger, and I actually like it the way it's set up.
Tactical pontoon.
Yeah, so he's like a Johnny Glocks below, below him. So he does full-on custom.
My buddy Obi, over on his channel the other day, he was showing off a gun in a short, and I asked him what that trigger was. Because the reset on it was pretty amazing when he was letting off of it, and it was funny you brought that up because I messaged him. I was like, "What trigger is that?" And I had never heard of him either, Eagle.
Yeah, I got the Peacemaker 4.5 pound, kind of more the duty, and it's nice. I mean, if I'm not running that, because this is my first step into a full custom trigger, I run Overwatch Precision Polydats all day. That's my favorite trigger. I like Apex. And
I have a couple of Apex. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I like the Shadow Systems trigger as well. So,
Shadow Systems.
Yeah.
They're up.
Guys,
they're here.
I gotta
You're
pause the
Plano.
show. I gotta pause the show real quick. I
Yep.
want to show everybody what we're doing for the giveaway tonight, and I'll do
Okay.
that around 10:10. So
Sounds good.
I'm gonna blow my ugly face up here for a minute. All right. So tonight we are gonna be giving away. Got a sticker from my buddies over at Tandem Cross. You will get one of my channel stickers. You will get the 740 squad sticker. Going to get a sticker from Team Anvil. Running about out of these, but I've got one of the Oklahoma 2A stickers. Devin and I picked up a bunch of these over the weekend at the Bullet Ranch. You will get a Bullet Ranch patch. And because it's Christmas, we are going to give away an R&L display pistol stand. So on the pistol stand, go over on Rob's website, pick out the pistol stand you want, the color and whatever. Email me what you want. I will get Rob paid and get that sent to you. So that is what we are giving away tonight, and we will do that drawing at 10:15 and hashtag WNLC46. So that is what we're doing tonight. So
Cool.
That is a nice package.
yeah, we'll figure we'll throw a pistol stand in since it's
Might as well.
Christmas.
I mean, I just did 2 giveaways. I did one for my birthday, and then I just did one today for my Discord. So
Oh, did you?
those guys are like, you're too nice, Sarge. I said, look, y'all support me. I'm gonna take care of you. That's the way it works. You know, you show up for me, I'm gonna show up for you.
Oh, yeah.
So you were saying the Shadow Systems was like your second favorite?
It's one of mine. Yeah, I like the Apex, I like the Shadow Systems, and I like the Overwatch Precision Polydats.
Okay.
And the Polydats are cheap.
Chimney's pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that reset is just not my cup of tea, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people like it, but as far as me
I
and
love
what
it.
my purpose is for a firearm, it just doesn't feel that purpose for me. It'd be a fun one,
Mine would
though,
be
for
Chimney, but
competition.
then, the Shadow Systems is second best to me.
Yeah, it's a good
Devin,
trigger.
since you brought that up, are you still running that Timney in the DR920?
Oh yeah, that thing is broken in and
Nice.
it is clean. It's
But
so
what did we
nice.
do to fix that? Because I can't remember. There was something we had to do to fix
Oh.
that.
So in the frame, speaking of P80s, I guess. So in the frame, in like a normal Glock frame, where that little bar goes in where you put the trigger, there's no, and the Shadow System's lower, there's no slot for that. So you got to make your own slot.
Wow.
Yeah. Found that out the hard way because it would not reset. It would just stay locked back.
Yeah.
And it would go out of battery.
I
Mid
felt
competition. So I'd have to rack, shoot. All my times, my splits were trash at major matches. And it happened
Wow.
once at Area 5. And I was like, no, not today. Come on. But then figured out why.
I felt so bad when that happened because Devin and I we drove all the way to Cincinnati to pick that DR920 up because we couldn't find one anywhere near us.
Not at all.
And we brought it back, and he's like, just take it home with you, do an unboxing video, take it to the range, shoot it. Then he was like, we're going to put a Timney trigger in it. And I was like, okay. I put that Timney in, I took it to the range. That gun ran flawless.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I gave it back to Devin, it started acting up. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I just sat here and told all these people on YouTube to put a Timney trigger in their Shadow System. I'm like, no.
So he broke it in for you.
There you go.
Right. Literally.
What do you run, Trash Panda?
Yeah, it's good now.
I'm not gonna lie. Like for the most part, I ran OEM for the longest time. Then once I started building, I just kept everything Polymer 80. So they were selling their whole lower kits part, like
Yeah.
I think $50 at one point. So I was using their trigger bar, their trigger, housing, everything that springs. But what I would always do is polish out the trigger bar, and I would swap out the connector with a Zev trigger connector. Then I even tried one of my builds has a Zev spring kit in there to drop it down to about 3.5 pounds. Then I was lucky enough that one of our guys in our Discord, freaking Sting, he sent me a Overwatch Precision Poly Dat trigger. So I installed that in my 19, and that thing is pretty damn smooth with a Zev trigger connector. But I do plan on kind of going and experiencing different ones.
Yeah, it's a flat.
Oh yeah, I like the flat trigger shoes that the Polymer 80 comes with.
Yeah,
and that's the nice thing about their kits is that it comes with the traditional curved trigger shoe and it comes with a flat trigger shoe. So whatever your preference is, you can use that. Honestly, I don't know how their quality is now, the ones that they're selling. I know Polymer 80 did have some issues along the way within the company, but I haven't bought anything new in a while, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't mind trying out the Tactical Pontoon, the Timneys, Ranger Proofs. I just need to kind of focus more on the triggers more. But my builds are pretty basic and purpose built. So I like to carry mine. I don't want to, I'm not a competition shooter, so I don't want to really have that really fine hair trigger, especially appendix carrying. So,
right.
I mean, it's all here.
It is. It is. And
especially with
I do have quality holsters, so that's also a plus.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks to Sarge.
I just like to get rid of that squish. If I've got clean take up and there's not much resistance in the take up, I'm pretty happy. Reset's nice, but that's almost secondary to me. When I pull the trigger, I don't want it to feel like a staple gun. That's when it feels like a staple gun, I'm not happy. I gotta change something. And you can track that down and figure out exactly where that's coming from, because it's a little different each time. And you know, some of the tolerances, that slide bar rubbing against the frame. I mean, I've taken those little ribs down on the frame, and I've polished stuff, and I've done, like you said, that connector. It makes a big difference. And someone 6-8 months ago had like a 10-pack of those connectors, and I think I got them for like $6 or $8 a piece.
Wow.
And so I bought a 10-pack of them, and I've got those in almost everything now. I forget if it was Zev or who it was, but it was a brand that, like, and I think they're supposed to be like reduced power or something, but I don't really find that the trigger pull is much different. I just find that, you know, they just feel a little better, a little less gritty. But even polishing them, I mean, polishing them goes a long way. If you're not polishing them, start there. But after that, you can start tracking down exactly where you're getting resistance. And even on the P80s in particular, on where the safety rests against the inside of the frame, that little nub, that guy right there can be sanded and smoothed out, and that actually makes a big difference in your initial take up when it pops off of the safety. I like to do it because sometimes there's a seam there, and you'll find that there's a little, what's like a mark, what's the one that when the two come together, there's a little so you can just kind of sand that off a little bit. It makes
you're supposed to, like, you, except on the 940Cs where they have that nub, that's there on purpose. But when you look at the other ones, there's that little mark that you were talking about. You always sand that down for sure.
And even that nub, sometimes I'll put a little sand on top of it so that it smooths out.
But you can even simplify that and get an impregnated buffer from Dremel and hit those ribs like you were talking about, and then hit that nub, and it'll be a lot smoother.
I just do it with a chisel. I just run down the edge with a chisel. I have a Dremel, but my first choice is a chisel. If you haven't chiseled off your tabs, y'all need to try that.
No, I have fret cutters for that. I'm fancy.
Same.
Yeah.
I just go snip, snip.
Yep, that's it.
Saves.
But you leave it after that?
What do you mean?
I
Leave it?
sand it.
Leave
It's
it?
gone.
No, I
No,
mean,
you sand it down smooth, and I turn that into glass.
I don't even sand anymore after that. I just chisel it off and it's perfectly
And
smooth.
you're done. Nice.
Yep.
but there's a lot that goes. Yeah.
Let's knock
Sorry.
this giveaway out real quick. We got 25 entries out of 50-some people out there. God.
Wow. Everybody's lacking.
All right. Here we go. Garage Guy 879. You are the winner.
Congratulations, Garage Guy.
Congratulations.
All right, just Garage Guy, go over on rnldisplays.com. Pick out the pistol stand that you want. Email me at chrisfromthe740@gmail.com. I need your mailing address, obviously. I will forward that over to Rob, and he will ship it direct from him. And congratulations, man, and Merry Christmas. So, all right.
All this talk about Polymer 80 stuff. Ridiculous. That's insane, man. I would have never thought to chisel that stuff off, especially the ribs. Like those, you just want to take them down just a little bit where they're a little smooth so it rides. But
I don't chisel them all the way out, but sometimes if the trigger bar is getting some resistance right there and you can see it, I'll smooth it out. But it's fine. Nice. Chisel is just funny. That's my first choice.
I mean, it makes sense for the woodworking spot.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you have razor sharp chisels, then I don't see why not.
Yeah, just hit them on a little stone, get them sharp, and have at it.
Man,
you can clip.
Tool.
The Dremels are good, but I feel like sometimes Dremels will get away from you if you're not real stable with them when you're coming across, and especially if you have a small wheel, you want as big of a wheel as possible, and those little ones will zip around on you if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, that's why I use a Fordham. I went and spent the money to get that. That thing, it barely vibrates. That's what I use for all my stippling and all that precision stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, G, we better clarify real quick because I just saw Garage Guy said, thanks for the code. Garage Guy, you do not have to buy the pistol stand. I just need you to go over on the website and pick out which one you want and email me which one you want. I'm buying your pistol stand. I don't want you buying it. So you won the drawing.
Maybe he wants two.
Yeah, maybe he wants the second one.
And that's great. Support Rob. I'm all for it. But I don't want you going over there buying your own pistol stand when you won one. So,
Chris from the 740 has a discount code also. It's just, G23 is way easier to type. I mean, way shorter. So why not save yourself the hassle of having to type out Chris from the 740 all as one word when you can just hit G23 and be done with it.
Yeah, you got to shorten that. Just go CFT 740.
It's still going to be way more than mine. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but that's definitely a lot shorter. Sheesh.
You're saved in my phone as 740 Chris. That's all it says.
So P80 guys, what do you think about compare a good P80 like that you guys make to the PSA Dagger, which is in
I love the Dagger. P80. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Dagger. Okay. Oh yeah,
I have the Dagger.
So, very surprising when I took it out and I did my test rounds through it. And I was shocked. Like the trigger for being factory, it was different. The only thing I don't like, my only complaint is I don't like the roll pins. I think that is the dumbest thing that anybody could do when you're putting together a pistol is throwing roll pins in it. I get why they did it because they're having issues with them walking out.
Yeah.
But I mean, just put bigger pins in it. That's just my thought.
They're probably going the cheapest route they could. Because what they sell for like $300.
$350.
Yeah, I got mine for 300 on the second run.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't get it on the first run. Yeah,
I've got a couple of their
$300.
slides setting on other frames, and those slides are cheap. And I mean, I'm not really going to test accuracy on a pistol, but they seem fine.
it's pretty accurate as far as I haven't thrown it out past 25 to see if I can bust a 50, but it's
And
for
combo
what it
that-
is, it's good.
They
I mean,
combo
like,
that
yeah.
deal too with an optic. Like
Yep.
that's the way. If you want a hollow sun, just buy one with a
Yes.
Dagger slide, because that's
Yep.
the way to go right there.
Cheap, very
That's the
cheap.
best deal.
I mean, I can tell you it's not a gun that I would carry on duty. I wouldn't.
Right.
But for what it is, I like it. I enjoy it. It's a fun little pistol.
Is it just because you'd have that in the back of your mind, or why would you choose that?
It's not proven, you know.
Right.
If I
Okay,
took
so
it
can
out, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, can I tell you that my daily carry, and has been for 6 or 7 years, is not a Polymer 80. It is a Glock PT 111, and I've carried that thing over and over.
Like a Taurus, right?
Oh yeah. Oh no, did I say
Yeah.
Glock? I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
meant Taurus.
Taurus PT 111.
My
We
Yeah,
know
mistake.
what you meant. We know
And
what you
so-
meant.
I tested it for years, and then I decided to carry it. I
Yeah.
shoot it periodically, and that's the one that's on me all the time. I'm trying to get. I have two 80% that have proven themselves to me. They've been shooting consistently, and I will start to carry those soon, but I haven't yet. I'm still carrying I have all the holsters for it, and it has a spot in my truck console, and
Right.
it's just that's what I'm set up for right now. But
Like mine, I
trust
would
it.
trust my Polymer 80s, but I was talking about the Dagger.
right.
The Dagger to me just hasn't been in the market long enough and been tested in very austere ways, like some of the other pistols and stuff like that.
Because it's only been out, what, a couple of years? 2, 3
Yeah.
years?
So, just
It's
a
really
reminder.
20 last year it was
Post-COVID.
supposed to drop. Yeah.
It's a really odd question, but it's a good question. So I'll
Firearms,
answer it.
Firearms.
I do
Oh.
not, Sam. I was in the HVAC field for years, even with my plumbing business, and I built my system in my house, so I'm on a gas budget, and my gas bill is really cheap, and so I don't really have a reason to run one, but like I think they're cool. Like if I lived out in an old farmhouse or something, I would definitely have one, but I don't personally run one. Does anybody on the panel run a wood stove?
Mm-mm.
Yes, sir.
No, it don't. Until what we had the big ice storm, it's not really been that kind of a winter here in Texas. That ice storm, that sucked.
That changed some minds right
Yeah.
there.
Well, snow, blizzard,
Reevaluate
whatever
my
we want to
life.
call it. That was crazy.
Yeah, Hasbro, I hear you, buddy. I don't think I'd want to give it back to the wife either, but you're just going to have to buy you another one, it sounds like. But I agree with you. That was the Rival is probably one of the best striker fire guns I've shot. I will give you that.
See, that's what I want next. But I love my PDP. Love it. to death.
I love my PDP Pro. I do. I do like it better than a Rival because it went down to those two. Which one was I going to buy? But I will buy the steel frame Rival when it comes out. If it comes out, I think it's going to happen. So,
It's going to happen.
Garage Guy, it's just Chris from the 740 at gmail.com. Well, guys, it's 10:20. We are going to work our way around the panel, say our goodbyes, do our plugs, and wish everybody Merry Christmas. And I really, really appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
We appreciate the invite.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
an
cool
honor
to-
to sit down and
yeah.
talk with you guys. And I love everything you guys are doing over there on Panda's channel with the chat.
Appreciate it.
I think you guys got a pretty awesome future in store for you. I think so.
I also want to mention that now Sarge and I are also dual streaming, so you could either watch on my channel or Sarge's channel. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Go follow Sarge too. And
So what I like to
watch it
do is I have a TV next to me, so I'll turn on the TV. I'll turn down the volume, play it on one of my channels, and then I'll play mine on my channel or vice versa. So that way I get watches. And then I'm playing another watching Panda's channel as well. So I'm like triple streaming to get the views up and stuff like that, just to support us and all that.
I'll watch it on different phones from both channels and try to help out as much as I can with the bet too. It definitely helps out pages.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was cool. I appreciate it. Eagle Run. We live close to each other. That's kind of weird.
I need to get your number.
We're gonna see an Eagle Run Angry Sarge collaboration. I can see it coming.
That might get little dicey.
All right. Well, G23, we're going to start out with you, man. Do you got anything good coming up? Shows, make sure you plug your Friday show. I'm sure we're all going to be over there jumping in and out of that one.
So, just want to say thank you again for the invite. And thanks for everybody who's been on the panel in the side chat rocking it. I'll be doing a live stream on Friday for another part of the Major 114 here in Oregon hearing. Listening to the judge out of Harney County, who's already slapped the state once, so let's get ready to have him slap the state again. So that should be a good... Hopefully it's not 8.5 hours again like it was on the 13th, but it is what it is, and I appreciate everyone who comes and watches. Like I said, I think we had 80, 90 people in there last time we were doing the live stream. I know a couple of gun shops here in Oregon had it playing so that as people came into the shop, they could hear what was going on. So, if it's possible and you have the ability to get the news out to everybody else, throw my live stream up and let everyone listen to it. This is a great way to get information out. Yeah, it may be happening here in Oregon, but it could happen in your state. Yeah. Or if you already are facing the 10-round magazine limit, guess what? You can learn how to go and attack that. So we can get the education out there. So again, thank you, Chris.
Merry Christmas, brother, and thank you for being here with me every Wednesday night and helping me out with this chat, because it just keeps growing and I need all the help I can get over here. So, yeah. And I want to say Merry Christmas to Vanessa Kitty. She has jumped in out there. Gene, you got to have some pretty cool stuff coming up, I assume. I'm assuming you're going to get a little time off.
No, I don't get any time off. Reloading supplies, man, everybody wants them, man. FedEx and UPS and USPS are there several times a day. Let me tell you what. Hey, thanks for having me on, Chris. Greatly appreciate you. Hey, thanks, guys, for coming on tonight. Really enjoyed the conversations with the P80s. I just ordered another one, so it'll be coming in. I love building them, man. I love building them. I love doing something for myself. I don't like was said before, I don't care about serial numbers. I don't care. I have lots of things with serial numbers on them. I don't care. But it's just the satisfaction of doing something for yourself. The accomplishment. That's what it is. It's the accomplishment.
What did you get? You got that Safari one, didn't you?
There'll be some videos up on it.
Okay.
Oh, you got a CL?
Market teaser. Must be
also
subscribed.
I'm doing the 7 gun shorts of Christmas on my channel with a little 15-second short every day, and I'm counting down backwards from 7 to Christmas Day. So I'm doing a new one every morning. I did them. If you watch them, they're kind of goofy. They're funny. You know, I wanted to do something fun for Christmas this year. But let's see. With working so much, my videos have slowed down. My part-time job ended up being a full-time. I enjoy being around it every day because I do it every day anyways. But Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a great, jolly Christmas and a blessed New Year.
Well, Merry Christmas, brother. We were glad to have you on, and we'll be back here next Wednesday night again. So, Sarge, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really enjoyed talking with you tonight. I think everybody enjoyed it. So, what you got coming up?
So I'm working on, I guess, some different things, but one big things that I'm working on is the SMC versus the Flux Raider.
Wow.
Nice.
So I have both. I'm going to build them out the way that I'm going to write, because I'm a weirdo. You know, I'm right-handed pistol, left-handed rifle, so I'm wrong-handed. Yeah. Oh, it makes transitions nice. I'll say that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
dual threat.
Yeah. So it's I've got that coming up. I've got a couple other things that I'm looking at too, but that's kind of like the big thing that I got going on. So, but other than that, we're going to be doing more lives. I think next month, our first live, I think is going to have one of my buddies I served with. He's a FHP trooper in Florida after he got out. So he's going to come hang out with us and chit chat, and maybe we'll talk about the jobs or some of the dumb things we did in the barracks back in the days, you know. Other than that, that's pretty much it for me, but I appreciate it. I appreciate meeting you, Spectre, Eagle, and the rest of you guys, G23, reloading from the hot pot. I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Chris, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys out there.
Merry Christmas to you, brother, and I really appreciate it. This was a great show. We had a really good turnout. G, if you wouldn't mind, could you throw the links out there for Sarge and Panda one more time?
Yeah.
I would love to follow up you guys because
that's the other thing too is I've already started. Anybody that's put their stuff out, I've already started typing their stuff in and subbed up. So
Hasbro, just hang tough, man. Everybody shaves them off right away. You just got to get through that little itchy period, and then next thing you know, you'll have one of these. So. All right, Evan, Spectre Solutions. What do we? I know you and I got some stuff coming up. We're going to be doing some filming together this weekend.
Yeah, we got that to do, which is going to be outrageous, and hopefully, what happened doesn't happen again. Little technical difficulties. That was ridiculous. That's going to be in negative weather. Are you ready for that, by the way?
I'm ready. Hey,
-9. No. I'm wearing a snowsuit, buddy.
We're shooting a revolver with a suppressor.
No.
I mean, it's already stupid, so we might as well be out there in the cold, right?
Right. That's true. I got to film some content with these focusing caps that show everyone the difference from infinite focus to close focus, how it keeps the same. $70 for each cap makes that big of a difference with night vision. I don't know why they never did this way back when PVS 7 was out. That was crazy. But got that to film. Got some stuff I got to finish for the next release for in January. Busy week, busy weekend. Merry Christmas, everybody. Nice meeting everybody. I'm going to stay in touch with all of you. Get some more knowledge.
But I got to say, whenever I come up to Ohio again, because we go up there to visit her family, maybe we can all figure out some way to get together. I know y'all are more south, and she's from the Mistake on the Lake. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Something. I know I talked to Team Anvil about that, so I'm sure I'm sure we can figure something out.
If
Yeah.
you
Get
make
together.
the trip to Ohio, we are going to make it work. I guarantee it. And I don't have any problem coming up to the Mistake on the Lake.
Yeah. See, I was there last year. We went out to the northeastern part of Ohio, out in the wine country,
Mm-hmm.
Geauga Lake out
Yep.
that way.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
not like
but-
Texas where you travel 6 hours and you're still in
No.
Texas. You travel 3 hours, you're out of Ohio. So
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, from where I live to El Paso is 8 hours, and you still haven't even crossed into another state yet.
Yeah, Texas is bigger than most countries. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's true. Very true.
I love fishing, but I would never ever go ice fishing ever.
Hell no.
I'm good. I'm good.
Couldn't pay me.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Vanessa Kitty got some of your patches, huh, Devin?
You're welcome. Congratulations
That
for
is
winning
cool.
my first giveaway.
G's got Trash Panda's link out there, guys. If you haven't subbed yet, jump over there and give him a sub, man. He's got a really good thing going over there.
I
And
appreciate
speaking
it,
of Trash
dog.
Panda, brother, thank you for coming on tonight, taking the time to do this. I know we went a little over the time limit, but I really appreciate you being here.
No worries. I appreciate you inviting me, and I'm glad I could stay on. Thanks again. I mean, I appreciate you guys giving the shout out. I appreciate all the viewers that do sub to our channels.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the comment section and getting to know everyone. I will be subbing to you guys as well. I just want to say, everybody have a safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will start back up with the show again.
January 6th.
January 6th, 8:30 Eastern.
So before we go too far, we can't call him Tactical Trash Panda right now because he's got a line in his hair. So right now he's Tactical Class Panda. 'Cause he's classy right
He's
now.
got that hard line.
Tra-
Yeah, he's
Trashy
classy
but
right
classy.
Classy.
now. Trashy but classy. Yep. Exactly.
I guess I'm last here.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Hey.
So I've posted like probably 1 or 2 videos every day for the past 5 or 6 days. Really trying to get to 7K by the end of the year. I don't think it's going to happen. Mathematically, I should be about 50 short if we carry on the same rate. But I've got a bunch of stuff coming on. There's a bunch of builds happening on the channel. We're going to figure out something with this Grendel as well. And then I've got some Polymer 80 builds coming on the channel as well. Going to be reloading Grendel very soon as well. And then I'm going to have a live stream with the owner of Tracked Optics coming up in the next 2 weeks. We're trying to formalize that date, but he said yes, and we're going to get him on. I had Lance from Gorilla on last week or so. That was a really good time to hear from someone inside the industry about ammo and the 8.6 blackout. But the Tracked Optics one, I don't know if you guys have heard of Tracked or anything, but I've got that's the optic I chose for my Grendel, and I love it. It's really great. And it's affordable. So I want to have him come on and talk and kind of teach me some more about long range optics. That's not my thing, but I've gotten into it here the last couple of months. But
Gotcha.
and then I got a hit on my trail cam that is driving me bananas of this giant pig. And so I've been working with a couple of my buddies here to try to get out to my property next week. If they say no, I'm just going to take my son or my daughter, and I've got to get this guy. He's huge.
Yeah.
And I got no hits on the trail cam for like 2 weeks. And then I got one hit. I think it was yesterday morning, 6:15 a.m. And he's just there. And that's all I can think about right now. So
Eagle, you might want to get a hold of Devin and have him come down, especially with his nogs. He can get it for you.
I'm going in
Yeah.
dark, man. I have no night vision. I got a green flashlight. I'm gonna go sneak up on him
With a knife. Only a knife.
Yeah, big old Bowie.
Yep. Yep.
Domo, I assume you're talking about Gene over there in the corner. It's reloading from the hot pot if you're looking for his channel. Warsaw, I just forwarded the email I sent to everybody else. You're more than welcome to jump in the after chat with us. So 67 Rebel has joined the chat. So
MC's awesome. If you guys don't know MC, he's awesome.
Eagle Run. If you're going to get that pig with a knife, you got to man up and get it with one of these.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
No,
All right.
I'm going to
Step
shoot it
up.
from 100 yards with the 8.6 blackout.
No.
I'm not
Step
sneaking
up.
up.
Step up and get that out.
Or be a real man. Go in with that.
hey, with your mouth.
No, I'm sniping the dude. I'm not.
And just take the smallest little pocket knife that you can find, that little pig sticker, and sneak up on him.
Well, Eagle
That's
Run,
funny.
I really appreciate you joining the chat again tonight. I thought you'd enjoy
Yeah,
this.
thanks for having me. It's
Yeah,
kind
this
of
is
nice
good.
in here. I like the 740.
This is good.
Well, what I got coming up? We got part 2 of the Bullet Ranch video. It will be out tomorrow at 6 Eastern. I've got for the reloading guys out there, I am doing a lot of filming with CW's bullets right now. I'm trying to put some pretty cool stuff together with that. That'll be coming up shortly. Next week, I've got a Monstrum review coming out. And
Use a carrot.
other than that, I just I got a lot of stuff going on. So, but
You don't show many videos of you at your reloading bench, do you? I don't think I've seen
they're
one.
kind of quick. I'm trying
Transitions.
I'm trying to, stay out of YouTube jail, so I don't do a whole lot down there.
Well,
So,
if you've
not
seen
on
what's
camera anyway.
if you've seen what's on my reloading channel, that channel is now monetized.
Yeah, I heard you say that. So.
I'm just trying to do as little as possible, but it's not going to matter. I'm going to get strikes at some point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
my channel's named Reloading from the Hot Pot because that's what I started it as, was for reloading, bullet casting, powder coating, whatever. And then when all that stuff started coming out, I went, ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, got a lot of good stuff coming up. Tonight, don't forget, G-Webs comes on at 12 Eastern. Go over there and check out his live chat. And I will be in bed and watching the replay tomorrow. But if you are up at 1:30 a.m. Eastern, do not forget to check out DM Foss and the Wednesday night mouse party. That is all coming up tonight.
That's
We're going to just
technically
let
Thursday,
Warsaw
right?
in here. And Warsaw's gone. But anyway, we're all going to go back in the back chat, so don't jump out unless you got to go. I get it. I want to thank everybody out in the side chat tonight. You guys are awesome. We ended up with 53 thumbs up tonight, and that is cool. I want to congratulate Garage Guy for winning the giveaway tonight. We'll get that stuff mailed out to you as quick as we can. And with that being said, Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll be back here next Wednesday night. We love you all, and have a great Christmas.
Merry
Good night,
Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.